What's up, guys? Scion, and we're back. Alright, so we got North American events happening today. It's the 13th. As always, if you are new to the channel, by all means, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so it can be first in the notification squad. Alright, so I actually want to talk to you guys a little bit before I actually talked about the events, because right around now and the patching sequence for the game is where the game starts to kind of go towards free to play. Now in China, I know people complain about it, but in China, Naruto Online is a free to play game, truly a free to play game. You don't typically really have to go all in. It's even more so now, like all the gear from, show you an example, all this equipment upgrading, the Magitama, the refinements, the runes, as you can see right here, and the charms, everything can be gotten for free. If you give it patience and play and do everything throughout the day, it's all free. Like, you don't actually have to pay for anything. And there's so many seals in the you guys see how many times, like, you know, when I pull, there's so many seals that by the odds you're gonna get characters. There's just no way that you're gonna be that unfortunate to not get characters that you can't defend yourself with. So as a free-to-play game, like, you know, people like always want to talk about meta, but those are the greedy people. Those are the people who just can't wait. That's really what, at the end of the day, meta and a free-to-play, pay-to-win type of game, that's what that is. There's people who can't wait, and they want to pay for it and have it now. If you can wait, you can be patient, you don't have to pay for it. So my interest right now is, I want to know what's going to happen. Like, they ain't going to tell us, but as the game gets more and starts to head towards that now, are they going to alter it in North America? Because, one of the reasons why Oasis didn't like me compared to other YouTubers is because I covered China so much, so I told people what was coming, so they couldn't lie. They couldn't lie. Literally, the person in charge basically told me that I tell the stuff before it comes, and basically what that is, hey, you're telling the secret before we get out, so we can't get away with charging people with stupid ass prices, which is pretty much what I was told. He literally said I'm basically telling the information before it comes out, and that's a problem for a company when they're doing dishonest things. Like, just let the information come out. If they let the game go and be its natural progression that it came from China, this game would be way better. So I don't even understand, like, and then even after all this, after all we're saying now, everybody will agree if it was left alone. All you had to do was translate it to English and just collect your money. If that was all, if they had just left it alone and let that happen, this game be fine. Websites will still be covering it. The actual website I actually work for would still be covering it. Like, it would be so much more different, but because they lied, because they cheated, because they did so much underhanded stuff, people will stop. Like I can't do anything about that at that point. Like, they can dislike me all they want. They can get people to lie. They can make up discords to talk shit about me all they want. I can't help them if they're lying. That has nothing to do with me. That's on the company. That's on the people you hire. That's on the unprofessional stuff that you got hanging around you. So I can't do a thing about that. Even if I want to support the game and want to help the game, I can't. When you lose the public, you just lose the public. So what I want to know at this point is, now that this game is starting to head towards the free to play, I'm just putting it out there how free to play the game really is in China. Yes, you have about 10 characters. 10 that you have to pay for. 10, that's it. That's totally it. 10. And it's going up to 10 now, because if you throw in the Sanin, the new Sanin characters, one you got for free. The other two you have to pay for. Depending on what you got for free, as you guys see in this the past China video, depends on how much it costs. If you didn't get Tsunade, you would have to pay for Tsunade. Tsunade's like $600 or something like that, possibly lower if you do various things, or if you had gotten parts for her during the last event. Orochimaru and Jiraiya is like 160 you know, 150, 160. But with that said, like I said, my main interest in this video and the reason why I'm talking now is I wanted it to be said that now it's starting to go towards free to play. It's going to get there. We got the skill books. We're going to have more advanced skill books. We're going to have more skill breaks. Yes, you're still going to be able to pay for stuff, so it's not even going to be like, oh, well, you know, pay to win is just going to go away. That's always going to be there. But the level of free to play is going to go up. So let's go for these events. Alright, so I always ignore try your luck because that's like a troll. So my main thing is just to look to see here who's in here. See if it's any different. This is the same stuff that's always here, except for Minato. Like Minato's been in here like the last 2 months, so that's not anything, you know, different. But the other Minato I want, nobody cares about this. If you want the Jonin one, the Jonin one is where it's at right now. But if you don't have any of these characters, you want to, like, you know, Orochimaru Trader, or if you just want, you know, Minato's good, but not as good as the Jonin one. If you don't still have Sage, Jiraiya, and Naruto, then, you know, you also have Sakura there if you really want the not Great Ninja War, if you really want the Sailor Sakura, and even Iruka. So, you know, think about that. You also have the daily spending rebate where you pretty much can. I don't see many people probably. Well, I guess if you're going for Seal Scrolls. If you're going for Seal Scrolls for whatever no random reason you want to buy tries and stuff like that, then this will be beneficial because it'll be like double spending and stuff like that. Anytime you have events where it's double spending rebates, it's always actually worth it if you're actually going to be spending, to pay attention to that. So that's always good. It's always accumulative. You have the Lucky Star Wheels, which basically has Tendo and Eye on it, which is interesting. Can't say it's not, like, you know, it's parts and worth a try. And if you are stuck with say 78 Tendo pieces, this would be a good time to spam it out. I've seen a couple people on the forum say that, and a couple people still say, I'm still sitting at 77, 78. So, you know, this would be a good time to, like, maybe spend a little to try to get these parts. It shouldn't be that hard to get, like, a few parts. So you have the eggs, which I ignore the eggs in China because, as you can see, recharge and everything else. I never do this stuff, but you do have the 4 for Kage Eye right there. You have Susanoo fragments and stuff like that. I was told, I'm not going to say that this is true because I had never tried it, but I was told that you actually have a good chance to get parts. So that's a thing. I don't know if it is a thing. I'm not going to confirm that, but I was told that. So you have the flower rewards right here. Again, something else I don't really pay attention to, but, you know, of course, you know, you have people up here who are going to spend to actually get up here and get these parts. Not that it's really worth it, but let's do it anyway. You got the Jonin medal right here, which is interesting if you want to actually get your Jonin medal. Now this is interesting because he's not a bad character. Gates, I mean, like, it's not a crazy character, anything like that, but, you know, the reason why this is interesting is because they kept it. It's one of the few times where you get a free character. Like, normally, I've noticed that Oasis gets rid of the free stuff, so I'm interested to see what they're gonna actually give everybody Itachi, because they kept this. Because if you kept this, then there's no reason for us not to get Itachi. So I'm pulling no shit. All right. And you also have this. This is basically the same timing. If you guys remember the girlfriend event and Bleach Online, it's the same timing if you count. And pretty much, just, I always use this one right here. But if you count, you can easily. I'm already failing. But it's a simple thing. So you just, once you get the rhythm in, it's just fine. Or you can fail like that. Like, I do it in China all the time, but probably because I'm talking right now. I even do it on stream and be talking, and I don't even mess it up, but whatever. It's a timing thing. You can see right here, basically, if you don't get it right and you slide it over like that, just go to the opposite side. Don't stay on the side. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody get lucky and get it right eventually, but it's best to just go to the side. Like, my timing's already off, so like once it gets like this and I don't do it straight through, this is always like, it's just messed up for me because my time is off with it. But you get used to it. Like, I don't know why I'm not getting used to it now, but it's whatever. But as you can see right there, that's what you get when you get the claim. So, all right. And then you have the Wheel of Offering, which had, I don't know why that's all the way over here, but it has second Mizukage, which he's not a bad character. He can pretty much, the way that his skill set is, he can pretty much nuke every round, so that's pretty interesting. Then you have this right here, which is a level 5 Magitamma, definitely useful. Have the headband charms, and then you have ghost pages, which is extremely useful, so definitely not pay attention to ghost pages because that affects your actual formations. And you have the daily stuff. I never, again, pay attention to this, but again, if you want to, you know, see recharge, this is a good money spending week right here. If you want to, you know, spend a little money, you get worth for it, so just keep that in mind if you're going to spend. And then you have the runes, which I'm still upset about what I did in China, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Mystery fruits, as you can see right there. You have your blessing fruits. If you happen to need any of this by now, probably not. And then you have the rebates, you know, your best strategies, and then your system announcement, as you can see right there. So something else I actually want to point out is the ingot sales. If you look at right here, pretty much, you know, see the requirements to participate and everything else. Is we have 3 different levels. We have the seal scrolls, primary refinement box, level 6 Magitamma coupons, the gift packs, which is level 5 runes. See the choice and pains right here, which is pretty interesting. Limited seals is also pretty interesting. And then random drop of Great Ninja War Neji, which is random that he's in there. And special charms. Then over here finally we have the ninja, which this is interesting too. Definitely to have the Nagato Edo Tenshin, which is probably like the best thing here. I guess Killer Bee, but Nagato's pretty OP. And then you have Conan, and then Hiruzen, and then like I said, Killer Bee, Samahata. So alright, so the very last thing I would like to do is just all the card flips. See if anything cool happens. Nothing. Cause why not? Alright, got the Eno. Nobody cares about the Eno, right? Alright, Magitamma. Shikamaru. But you're gonna give me a Choji? That'd be fitting. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, like, you know, like I said, when all these seals come, because then by then it's like impossible to be that unlucky. Even with the way it works in China right now, like I get so many like duplicate characters that like it's like impossible not to have any characters. In fact, I can even cheese right now because I'm building up scrolls. Let's just cheese it, why not? So being that, let's just do that. And it gave somebody that this account doesn't have gold. It's whatever. Kinkaku. Interesting. Alright, so let's go and see. I'm drawing. I'm like straight up drawing a blank. There we go. Nothing lucky. So let's try this one and see what happens. Twice, it might be something if you got 2 of them. I stand corrected. Alright guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section about everything that I've said today in this video. Like I said, it's gonna get good for the free-to-play players if the game is allowed to be that way. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace.